I am California of the past.
I
I
am
am
California
California
of the past.
I
I
am
am California of the past.
I was a small, skinny child, as hard as that may be to believe looking at me now, some 60 years later, growing up in San Bernardino. I grew up down near the 10 freeway in what was called the Valley Truck Farm, and I went to Mill Elementary School. San Bernardino was a fairly segregated city, but I didn't really know much about that as a child. And while my family had what could be called limited means, I wasn't troubled by what we didn't have. I was more than happy with my mom's wonderful cooking, and I was, from as early as I can remember, immersed in the world of books. I owe what success I've achieved to a number of remarkable people, and after my mother, the one who has had the most influence on me was Miss Dorothy Inghram. Miss Inghram was the principal of Mill School, and she also taught classes there. I was her student in 3rd grade, and like all the other students who passed through that school, I was her student in a more general sense throughout the time I spent at Mill School. What did I learn from her and her staff? Beyond the lessons that every elementary school student learns, she had an impact on my character. Miss Inghram taught us to respect our elders, and she taught that lesson by example and expectation. She expected that we would treat all adults with respect, and when we didn't meet that standard, no one on that campus was reluctant to let us know that we were not living up to those expectations. She taught us that we were as good as anyone else, and she expected us to believe that as well. She did not accept that we could not learn or achieve at high levels. She taught us that giving up was not an option. And while she did not openly coddle me or any other student, I think we all understood that her work with children was a labor of love for her. It makes me laugh to say that now because that would have been the farthest thought from my mind as a child growing up. I was scared of doing anything wrong that might call me to her attention, but now when I see her, and she's 104 years old this year, she talks about me fondly. I'm a better person with greater inner strength as well as a strong code of ethics and behavior because I was privileged to have been one of Miss Dorothy Ingram's students.